Promised, Gulf Oil is in focus. CFO Manish Gangwal is joining us. Manish, afternoon. Thank you so much for your time. There's a lot of interest in your counter last few weeks, I must say, as you have started sharing how the company's actually business model is undergoing a change. New business are actually coming under your umbrella, which could be potentially very large going forward. Can you tell us what is the transformation and how EV and all these charging station business, and what are these new areas of growth which you have found for yourself?
Yeah, good afternoon. First of all, thank you for having me. You see, what we have done, we have been a solid lubricant company, and we have been delivering 2 to 3x the market growth in terms of volume over the last 10, 14 years. And, consistently shown growth in terms of profitability as well as in terms of volume and revenue growth over the last, decade and more. So our core lubricant business continues to deliver robust numbers. And in fact, December quarter, again, we had a EBITDA of 111 crore, September 101 crore. So we have hit back-to-back centuries of EBITDA in the last 2 quarters. Margins have expanded in the last, few quarters. So overall, the core lubricant business continues to do well. On the EV side, yes, we have taken few initiatives because we believe that there are certain segments of the overall vehicle industry where EVs will have some impact, like buses, for example, will be partially converted to EVs in the next 5 to 7 years to some extent, and then there will be some impact in the two-wheeler, mainly in the scooter side. So overall, in keeping in mind that there is some vehicle park going to be of the EV, we have taken few steps in terms of EV value chain. First, we have invested in a company called Indra Renewable, that is a UK-based company where they make slow chargers for AC slow chargers for cars. And another investment recently in December quarter we have done is of a company called Tyrex. They make DC fast chargers. So they will be providing mainly the chargers for fast charging across highways, across bus OEMs, across bus depots. So that's a very good future business. We believe we can cater to, and we can be part of the EV value chain. So that's what we are currently aiming to do.
Right, Mr. Gangwal, good afternoon. So, what also we want to know that, given that, you have comfortably grown much better than the industry in the last 5 years, is that something that you would see similar trends continue in the next 5 years as well? What kind of growth could one expect in terms of that? Yes, you're saying strong growth, but what is it that we could say in terms of numbers, in terms of growth there?
See, lubricant industry in terms of volume is growing at on an average 3%. If you take last 10 years also, the volume growth has been 3%, whereas the vehicle growth is around 8% CAGR. That's because the newer, better oils are coming in terms of lubricant, which last longer. So the new technology, better technology is coming, which pegs the volume growth at 3% in terms of lubricant growth. What we believe, and we have, taken there are global agencies like Klein who are expert in lubricant globally. They have also presented recently in paper on India, where they believe that the lubricant growth in India will continue to be 3% in an average, but the value growth can be 6%, double of that. So that's where we believe that the lubricant market will continue to grow for the next, at least 10 years in India. And on the back of it, what Gulf Oil has delivered is 2 to 3x the volume growth of the industry. So we believe that we can continue to outpace in terms of our volume growth and revenue growth from industry to the extent of 2 to 3x, even for the next 5-10 years.
Right. Manish, I want to understand from you that one is your traditional business growth, which is I clearly understand you've spoken about, and what the new businesses which you are aiming to, enter into, and of course, some acquisitions out there. I want to talk about if we go into 2 to 3 year far out, how much will diversification to EV charging, battery distribution, all of that will start forming as a part of your overall business? By when will it become meaningful, and how meaningful? How will your revenue mix change in the next 3 years?
Yeah, so I think 3 years for this business, which has just started in terms of overall EV and charging business, is a very short span. What we are aiming is a slightly longer term. Over the next, and there are reports and there are, our studies which suggest that EV charger manufacturing business in India of only fast chargers alone can be nearly 10,000 to 12,000 crore opportunity by 2030. And the company which we have acquired, Tyrex Transmission, which currently has a market share of around 8 to 10% in that segment, even if with the help of Gulf Oil and our robust financial and relationship with OEMs, we support the acquisition to grow them faster. Even if we maintain even 8 to 10% market share there, you can do the math in terms of the potential. It can be anywhere between 500 to 800 crore revenue potential in next 7 years time, 5 to 7 years time.
5 to 7 years time. Okay, so that is only this part, EV charging, and the battery distribution and other businesses which you're also talking about. How much would that become? Are you aiming at? Can you give us a? Okay, let's take 5 years for example. Will it, your traditional business and new business will be 50-50 or with much higher growth as well?
No, so overall our lubricant business, we continue, as I mentioned, we continue to aim 2 to 3x the growth, and that will still be a large part of our business. I would say that the new businesses, including the two-wheeler battery, which we do very in a small number currently, but we are aiming to grow that faster, and the EV charging manufacturing and charger creation, this business put together should give us 20% of our top line 5 years to 7 years down the line.
Right, Mr. Gangwal. So, there are a couple of questions I want to talk about. One, in terms of, you said the market share of Tyrex currently is at 8 to 10%. Is that something you will be maintaining, or will you be gaining market share in the next 5 years? What is the aim there? And also, you've completed 51% stake acquisition so far for Tyrex. When will the remaining 49 be acquired as well?
So, yeah, you see, the 8 to 10% market share is their current what they are doing. We believe that with the help of Gulf Oil strength, now that they are a part of our group, we can definitely help them grow faster. But I'm talking on a conservative basis. Even if we maintain 8 to 10% share, that's a good enough opportunity for us going forward. And of course, the founders who have started this business currently own 49% balance, 49%. And we will see, we want to help them to grow. Obviously, we have all the clauses to increase the stake whenever we feel, it is the right time to do that.
Okay, Mr. Gangwal, thank you so much for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now, talking to us about your business, the growth forward, EV charging business. That's looking exciting as well. The need of the hour that has become,
Clearly,
I think,
especially fast chargers.
Yes, that is absolutely what, because no one wants to wait for so many hours to just charge their car.
Yes.
But